This morning I'm going to work on fixing our van. There's a little bit of an issue. The engine light came on. So the engine light's on. So I'm going to take this OBD reader and you scan the code. And we're going to read the codes. We're just going to do the engine. This has a P0128 code, which is a permanent code, so you can't clear it. It goes away only when the problem's fixed. Looking up a little bit online suggests that the primary reason is the thermostat housing needs to be replaced. So this is the thermostat housing. It has a hose clamp on one end, and then there's two 10mm bolts holding it onto the engine. Cost about 20 bucks. So on the left side of the engine here, down in there, that's the housing right there. And so there's the hose clamp, and then you can see the top bolt, and then there's one hidden behind underneath. So I don't have a hose clamp remover, so I'm probably gonna take the bolts off first. But first you wanna throw a tray underneath because you're gonna be dumping fluid. One thing you want to make sure is that the engine is cool, so I just parked this outside overnight where I'm going to work on it, so I don't have to wait for the engine to cool down. This is probably where it's going to start getting messy. So the seal hasn't broken yet. I'm gonna try and lift it up to not dump too much. We'll see how that goes. Here it goes. And yep, yuck. Mess. Coming out of the engine actually, mostly. I totally missed. It's not draining really from a good spot. I missed. I got it on the ground. Oh, now it's just completely dumping out of the engine. I broke some kind of air gap and it's just dumping. Okay, here's our new one. It's got the ring on it. I noticed on the hose here there's kind of a green dash, and then that lined up pretty much with the center. Got that lined up. Now I gotta get the hose clamp back where it was. Okay, got the hose clamp repositioned. I'm gonna wipe off by where it mounts to the engine to make sure that's clean. Okay, now I gotta get one of the bolts in. I'm gonna probably start with the top, it'll be easier. Bottom screw is really a pain to even hand tighten. That's where it's located. Okay, I got them tightened, about finger tight. Got it all tightened up, so now we want to replace the fluid. It's important to only open this when it's cold. I don't have a funnel, but I do have this bottle here. Funnel. Start it up to get that sucked in. Let's see how much of a mess I made underneath here. Looks like I caught most of it. I had missed it initially. It's not bad. So now I'm going to take a quick drive around. One of the things this app can do is monitor live data. So I'm going to be monitoring the coolant temperature. It's supposed to get up to about 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just drove this around with the heater on, blasting, and it was nice and warm just to see what the temperature would get up to. And we're at 196 right now. Yeah, 196. So I cleared the codes, the engine light went off. But rescanning, it still shows permanent codes, and permanent codes you can't clear, they go away by themselves. It should go away in a couple of days. So there you have it. I replaced the thermostat on this Dodge Grand Caravan. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know much about engines. Really the hardest part was getting the bolts screwed back in, just because there's not a lot of room in the engine down there. So now I'm just going to let this thing cool down a bit, and then I'm going to top off that fluid again to make sure that it's full, since the air should be out of the system now.